Mine? Okay. Cool. I'm all set.
All right.
You want to talk
I'm gonna
about
go.
some Persona?
Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't even think this whole time to change my update, or to change my update, to update my title,
Oh, shit.
because I just remembered that I was still in the Persona 5 directory.
Oh, I got
So
you. Yeah, okay. Why?
not like that would be awfully inaccurate, but
Yeah. Yeah, because they're still like, I mean, it's like Persona 5-esque. With the level 11. Oh, God. That was like right next to my mic when I was adjusting that. That's all good. It's okay.
I think you're probably gonna hold on. I'm gonna bump you up on my. I think you probably need to be bumped up a little bit.
So how's Blacklight on my stream, guys? Is his volume okay? Is everything good? Everything good? We all set?
Ditto for my stream, of course.
Yeah, let me know. Make sure to be watching both streams because support. Or
Yeah,
I mean,
please.
people in my stream watch Blacklights at the very least.
And ditto. Make sure you're following Kung Fu Fruit Cup. Get in her chat as well. It's a great place to be.
There you go. For anybody who's
we
new,
love to support the people that help us put great content together, such as this show.
Yeah. Okay. Look, there you go. All my links. I have all these links for stuff. Hey guys.
I'm trying to pop out chat on yours, but
Okay.
Twitch is being laggy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. In my chat, for those who come in, like for those who are in here now and those who are coming in soon, please remind each other and remember while we talk. I'm about a palace ahead of Blacklight, so I have potential. I potentially have party members that he does not. I have been to places he has not. I have done things he has not, and we don't want to spoil it for him. So, so make sure to remember that. Also, yeah,
Yes,
your emotes look sick, man. They look so good.
Thank you. The Bin of Trash is the artist, and she did such a great job with them. Really talented individual.
Yeah.
Before I pop out your chat, I'm just gonna drop that. By the way,
goodness, I wasn't expecting anyone.
And
It's there. It's me,
So
another
loud.
sub in the fruit basket.
Oh my god.
What
that's
was-
so loud. Sorry, it's
are your notifications super loud?
Oh my god, yeah, it's just loud. You subbed to
Rip.
Blacklight. Oh my god, it's been 28 months.
Hell yeah, I think I've been. Has my sub been since you got partnership? Is that how long you've been partnered? I might have been a little bit late.
It's more like 34. Yeah.
34. Okay, I was a little bit late on that one. So
Yeah,
there's maybe
still.
one person I have since the day they were partnered.
That's super cool though. Yeah.
I have
still,
a
really
couple
appreciate
long-standing ones.
it. Nice,
Oh, of course,
man.
of course.
Thanks, pal.
Let's see, does that work? Is that the right one? Is this the right one?
Also, going back to the spoilers as well, of course, if you're further in the game than me or Kung Fu, then please keep that to yourself. We don't want to know anything of what's coming up. Obviously, brand new experience to both of us.
Yeah,
And we're trying to keep it fresh for us.
Yeah.
That being said, we will be spoiling quite a bit for those of you who have not played the game at all, but it's not going to be much for anybody who is pretty much up on the game. So if you're not worried about spoilers, great. And if you're pretty far in the game, great. But we're only 3 and 2 palaces in respectively.
Yeah, 2 and
so
3.
you'll be getting spoilers up until that point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, guys. So we'll be talking about everything up through 2. I don't really want to mention stuff with the 3rd palace.
Yeah, so we're kind of taking this a palace at a time, although we will have quite a bit more progress, I think, by the next one, because I think we'll go back to our old schedule of every other week after this one.
Yeah, exactly. So for you, Blacklight, since you said you started playing today, have you caught up to Madarame's like change of heart yet, or no?
Not yet. That's what I'm waiting to happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm waiting for that one to happen. And I'm excited because I feel like something big is going to happen. This game so far has been a little bit too, like, serious, I think,
Okay.
for just the same thing to happen.
Yeah.
Because, like, what happened with Kamoshida, and I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be right. It could just be the same thing happens as what happened with Kamoshida, which was we changed his heart, and then he couldn't take it, and he turned himself in, and then everything was hunky-dory.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to do this thing where I make another prediction, and Kung Fu has to pretend like she doesn't know the answer. But I think something a little bit more drastic is going to happen this time. I don't think everything's going to happen as cleanly, but I can't say that for sure.
Okay.
We will see.
Okay.
I am actually done with Madarame. Like, I beat the boss and everything. Palace is destroyed. But I haven't seen him turn himself in yet. We're still, like, sending texts like, oh, did he have a change of heart? I don't know. He's bedridden currently, according to Yusuke.
Right, exactly. Okay. Yeah,
So-
he's bedridden.
Speaking of, that's kind of the major new addition to the team, Yusuke.
Yeah.
And-
yes, he's your new member. Okay, so should we recap some stuff from last week and then explore kind of everything that's built on top of that since then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do that.
Hi guys, by the way, this is our 7th episode, I think, of Sidequest Cafe.
That would be correct. Yep,
Yeah.
number 7.
I'm hoping to have. Actually, kind of want to do a couple of visual updates for this layout now. I have some good ideas.
Yep. Good.
That I'm working on. This echo is nice. There's an echo. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who's echoing?
Oh, maybe somebody has both stream audios on. That's probably what it is.
Could be. Maybe double check mine.
Yeah, I'm also gonna add a source real quick. Here, let me do this. I want to add my game. There we go. Oh, that's a thing. Okay, hang on. There you go.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. There's no audio for it. Oh, wait. I'll fix it. I wanted to add the game source on here so that I could get audio up for everybody.
Okay. Yo, a lot of times when I go AFK on this game, when I have to take a break, I'm totally cool to just let the music run because the music is so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Okay, have it up
Holy
for me.
crap.
I don't know if they can hear it yet, though.
I don't think it's on either of our ends, Crown. I think it's probably just the multi-stream.
Oh, there we
The
go.
Echo
Oh, it's
ASMR.
up. It's up.
Oh, Mr. Bojangles is actually embracing the echo on purpose. I respect it.
Yeah. Multi-stream. You can mute it on one end, right?
He's getting that ASMR. He's getting the tingles from the echo.
We'll just let him have it.
Hey,
Cool, guys.
we'll let him have it as long as it works out for you. Bojangles, thanks for the follow as well.
You should have some nice chill music guys in the background. Let me know if it's too loud or not, by the way. Just the main menu music so I don't waste hours in my game.
Yeah, I don't want to rack up that game time like I am currently right now. Actually, in fact, let me go ahead and hit the old PS button on that so I'm not racking up in-game hours.
Yeah.
I hate when I do that. I'm like, oh, wow, I had 85 hours in this game, but then I probably mentally subtract maybe 12 AFK hours.
Yeah. I subtract people wow, you've been playing this game for it says 67 hours right now. I'm like, I haven't actually been playing the game for the full 67. I always have.
It's 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been waiting to get this one a while. But so why don't we recap on previously, because this for those who maybe missed the first episode and who maybe haven't gotten into the game yet.
Previously
this
on
is a game.
Sidequest Cafe.
Yes.
For anybody who's new to this, by the way, we are 2 people who like RPGs, and so we like to play them and talk about them. And this is we're still pretty early on in our talk show career with this, but it's been really fun. And yeah, well, so we talk with each other about a lot of things, talking points about a certain game that we're both playing through, and then open up to questions at the end for you guys. So yeah,
exactly.
So we've started Persona 5, and last week was our first episode on that. And we had some intro thoughts on the design, which we're totally in love with, and the music, which is
oh my god,
super jammin', and the characters, which is good, and everything's pretty good so far. So I want to see what's up with you. We both at least you hadn't even finished Kamoshida. That's right.
At the time, right? I hadn't even finished Kamoshida. I was getting towards the end of that. We finished that pretty quickly after, and that was a big sort of. It was okay. Wasn't a big bombshell or anything, but it felt good. It felt really good. It was kind of what we expected because it was what Morgana told us to expect after we did this.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice wrap up.
Exactly, and it felt really good to see him feel awful about the things he was doing when he was such a prick before.
I know you're like I almost kind of slightly feel bad, because I can see that your remorse is on legitimate, which is great, but it's also you were also a really terrible person, and the fact we had to force you to feel bad at all. Yeah.
And then there was the whole there's always the moment of where the characters are like, do we really want to do this to this guy? And you're sitting there at the camera yes,
he's the worst.
Take him out. He's awful. Yeah. Kamoshida was a real piece of shit. He got what he deserved. And now Madarame is actually on par with that. He's actually maybe worse.
Oh yeah, because you found out with the whole you beat him, so you found out about his mom.
Yes, exactly. We found out about the mama last night.
So if anybody doesn't know, what we're doing in this game is we have the power to go into a separate, kind of like a parallel universe to delve into the minds of people with distorted desires. So they just act really, really effed up.
Right. And people who have twisted hearts, basically.
Right. So we have this rebellious nature in us that allows us to go into this universe and use our rebellious powers to erase their distorted desires. So, like, in the first instance, we had a school teacher who was a previous Olympiad, and he pretty much felt like he owned the school, like he was like the king of the castle. So like his distorted
king of the castle.
So when you go into his distorted desires, like the realm you're in, the school became a castle. He was literally the king of the castle, and you're like,
it's a reflection of what they see, which means it focuses a lot around their cognition, how they perceive the world around them, and sort of the metaphor of the way they interpret things.
Yeah, and just how messed up it is. So yeah, he was like abusing students and sexually assaulting girls at the school, and it was really creepy, and it was like awful, and it's when you find somebody in life that like they don't see why what they're doing is like a terrible thing, you're just like, are you serious? And the fact that like we are able to go in and be like, yeah, here's why what you're doing is wrong, like you need to like erase that part of them so that they like, don't do that anymore, and they realize that they're being a really, 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 really shitty person.
Make them see the error of their ways. If you defeat their shadow self, they will. If you defeat them but don't kill them in the shadow realm, they will have a total change of heart. Yeah. Now there is kind of a catch. If we kill the shadow self, that person will have a total mental collapse and just cease to function.
Right.
That seems to be the case, at least as far as I am.
Yeah, so do you have any... So yeah, you see in this game that there are these instances where people are having these, like, weird kind of psychotic breakdowns where they just, like, stop caring about something, or they just go crazy or things like that. And like, it's like a couple of instances of this is happening in the city where you're living. And it just makes me, curious, like, do you... Because I may or may not have a bit more info than you on this, but do you have any, like...
I bet you do.
Theories as to, like, what's going on there, and if it has anything to do with what we do?
I think it does. I think it does, and I do have a theory. I haven't shared it with the stream yet.
I know, right? I get scared about sharing the stream with sharing theories, because then you worry that they're going to accidentally confirm or deny.
Yes, I think that my chat might be surprised to hear that I do have theories that I don't share with them, because I kind of say everything that's on my mind at the time.
Yeah,
but also, because like I shout predictions all the time. I'm like, yo, I bet this happened. So far, I've been pretty on point with this game. There's been a couple of good predictions I've called.
Okay.
I totally called Madarame having basically what he did with Yusuke's mother, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, okay.
I totally called that.
Wow.
But in this case, I think we mentioned when you're going through Madarame's castle, right at the end, he mentions another intruder, somebody in a black mask.
Another
and we don't know who he's talking about, but all we can seem to talk about now, aside from... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, thank you, operator, for 3 months. So I need to, like, turn that down. I don't know how. It's fine. Go ahead.
All good.
So the black mask guy, that's,
Black mask guy. And now, aside from us talking amongst ourselves about whether or not Madarame is going to have the change of heart we desire in him, we're also talking about who is this mystery person who's also in the metaverse aside from us. Who else has these powers? And I'm starting to wonder if there is another person, maybe a rogue agent, somebody who has the powers that we do, but is able to either use them in an evil way and attack the good nature of people and cause them to have a mental breakdown, or perhaps someone who is just specifically targeting, I don't know, transit workers who are real dicks and giving them, just completely wiping them out at the time. Because we don't know if like, there might be a good version of a palace. If somebody's really good-hearted, they might have a good person palace. I have no idea. So far, we only know what happens for bad people.
Mm-hmm.
But this mental collapse seems to be consistent with with what's happening to these people who are causing the accidents, right? They're just entering, or no, I'm sorry, it's not. Now that I think about it, let me correct myself. That's not true. They actually just have a momentary seizure or something like that, right? Whereas a total mental collapse is permanent, irreversible. The people who survive these accidents come to and don't remember what happened, I think.
I don't remember enough details to be able to confirm or deny that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I filled that in myself. Maybe someone in chat remembers.
Yeah, maybe it's have you had
Who's there? Oh, no one, just another sub in the fruit basket.
Anybody who's watching the show, I love the support, and it's amazing and it's awesome, but if you would like a solid and And deep thank you. I will say them at the end of the talk show. So feel free to save your resubs for that if you would like to as well. I know a lot of people just come in and like to resub immediately though. So, but yeah.
All good.
But thank you so much, Great Months. I really appreciate it.
And thanks for the support, my friend Fufu.
Yeah.
So that's my theory towards that. Do you have any? Well, okay. I'm sorry. You said you may or may not have more information. I personally think you do. If you say that, should I ask you to share theories at this point, or do you think you should keep? You should keep some to yourself.
I'm wondering how much to say. I do have a bit more information. I mean, as I am further in the game, it would make sense that I have gotten a bit more information since I have, gone through more days and have finished another palace, and you never know, like, what I found out. But
an entire another palace is going to be a lot of plot progression, sure.
Yeah. So I've definitely experienced a bit more, and yeah, I too am curious about the Black Mask. I don't know, like, there's part of me that's like, I mean, we don't know. I don't know if there's stuff that's happened since we started.
Right.
Like, okay, so here's what I will say.
Yusuke asked that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that's happened since we started our thing. And they're talking about a Black Mask, and I'm like, the only person I know who knows the metaverse who has some sort of Black Masky thing is Morgana, who does not remember his past at all, or what he was. I know it's I think it's kind of a far-fetched theory, but I'm just like, that would be a really, really sad personal history to learn about if you remembered that you were a bad person, like, or like fucking up other people. So like I just see. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm like, okay, well, it's got what kind of Black Mask and doesn't remember. So
that makes me think like perhaps Morgana is a split personality. Like maybe the reason he doesn't have his memories because he's incomplete and he used to be one half of another whole. And the opposite of him that he split from is going around doing all these shady things. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I was just thinking like the memories aren't there, so you never know. Because I hadn't heard of a ton of crap happening since we started our thing, so it was like maybe. Yeah. I'm kind of. And like, see how he's like always super duper obsessed with treasure. That's a really good point. I don't know, but he might. That's a really good point. But when a game says like there's a mysterious figure that's been somewhere before, you have like typically they're probably a lot more powerful than you, and I'm like, well, Morgana's not a lot more powerful than us, but maybe it's incomplete Morgana. I don't know. True. Yeah, you really never know. Sometimes JRPG power levels don't really line up for plot purposes, you know. Yeah, that's true. But this person would have to be strong if they're going solo. And they explain things pretty well, so I don't think they would like leave a gaping hole like that. That is true. Yeah, the game does seem to take care of that pretty well. It pays attention to the details. It pays attention to how dialogue implies gameplay mechanics are going to work, which I always really appreciate. It shows thoroughness and attention. Yeah. It means a lot to me. Yeah, I agree. But Yusuke sort of pointed out something that you pointed out, which is we don't know how long this whole metaverse thing has existed. We don't know, and especially since Morgana doesn't have a memory, the one who knows the most about this, we don't know how long this has been going on. We don't know if the metaverse has just started popping up. This has always been a thing that's just always gone unaddressed by humans. Right, and we're just starting to like tackle it now. Like, you don't know. Right. Or maybe there's always been Phantom Thieves, and before we had smartphones, we just, used to send a letter in the mail or look up a map to the metaverse. I don't know, maybe it wasn't always a smartphone app, but maybe it's something that's always been true. Like just there's been some sort of portal something, and this was just like the most recent version, or like the most modern way that Igor can be like, yo, come help us out, is like, here's your app for you. Yeah. Is it Igor or Igor? I forget. It's Igor. It is Igor? Okay, cool. Okay, Igor, yeah. I'm saying that right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that he's interesting. He is for a good guy. Supposedly, he sure is creepy. Yeah, he's so creepy. I feel like if you want somebody to be along with, like, he seems to be pretty focused on your self-improvement and you're achieving your full potential, but he keeps using the word rehabilitation. You know what he does? Slash doesn't do. He never answers your goddamn questions. I think I said this last week. Every time it's like you have an option of just like disagreeing with him or like asking a question. I'm like, let's try to get some more information. So I'm going to ask the question, and then he just totally dodges. And I'm like, why? No, you don't get this. Yeah, he just talks about rehabilitation all the time. And I mean, at least he's like every once in a while he's like, here's a gift for you, and then you bond with him more. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Yeah, I guess we're getting cool with each other there, Igor.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to watch football? Like, I don't know, what do you do with Igor? He lives in your heart.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, I guess we'll bond. It's kind of like the force bonding is between you and him and, like, you and Morgana. Because, like, you don't get to, like, choose to hang out with Morgana. Like, he's just with you all the time. And then he's just kind of like, every once in a while, he'll be like, let's talk at night. And then we can bond, no matter what you say.
Yeah.
We'll just bond.
I didn't understand that really, and I wish that I knew because I was trying to like rank up a persona, or I was trying to fuse personas that corresponded to his arcana.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, why? How do I level him up? I want to hang out with my cat, and then there's no option to, until the game tells you it's time to get closer to him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay though. I guess there are a ton of characters that you do to get that split your time among as you wish.
Yeah, apparently there are more than I originally thought there was going to be, because I got kind of a... Well, it's not a spoiler. It's just like when you look at all the tarot stuff, somebody said how many like tarot arcanas there are, and I was like, oh, okay, well then, wow.
I have been wondering, how many tarot cards are there?
The different types of arcana, I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody said there were like 22 or something?
22 arcana.
Yeah, so I'm like, if I can literally bond with that many people, like, dang. Wow. There are 22? Okay, somebody else is 12 or 22. 22. Okay, I was right. Okay, my memory actually worked this time.
Okay.
Oh, just because that's how we arranged it. That's how I made it. Pikachu, I figured I would be more of like a mage and he'd be more of like a tank.
A little bit more. I got, maybe not tank, but I'm certainly physical DPS. You need a little bit more meat to survive when you're in the fray.
For sure.
You need to spec into your HP a little bit. I probably got like a magic armband or something.
Yeah.
Who knows, Asian Pikachu. Good to see you though, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody's in on it.
You got it. No, Morgana's a boy. Yeah.
Yeah, Morgana's definitely a boy.
Because you get that question at some point.
You do, and I thought he was going to be like a gender neutral character where you can like choose which gender he is via that dialogue option.
Yeah.
Just because of his voice actor, but chat did inform me that no, he's definitely always a boy. Or maybe it was you last week informing me he's definitely always a boy.
Well, I think we all kind of confirmed that last time, but then I know you got the question yourself. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're conversing with like On and stuff, and then he gets really offended if you say anything but a he. Because I think I picked cat.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out what his preferred answer was when he asked me what I thought he was in his life. Because he asked you, he was like, what do you think I was? And you can say either a monster, a cat, or a human. And I said a human because that's what he keeps insisting is true.
I kind of wanted to say a monster.
I wish I had said a monster because he hates being called a cat. We know that, right?
Yeah.
And I want to see what happens if you say monster. Because if you say human, and here's my favorite part about this game because it says shit, because it does shit like that. This is like, I even said to my chat as I was picking the dialogue option, I was like, I'm going to say human because that's what he wants to hear. Yeah. And he goes, oh, is that what you think? That's a really weak answer. Yeah. I was like, dude, thank you. Because that is a weak answer. I was totally just telling you what you wanted to hear.
Okay.
You called me out.
I'm not going to say anything specific, but you will soon come across one of my favorite bits between Morgana and Joker coming up.
Oh, okay.
Where you get a choice, and it was my favorite choice I've made in the game. I don't know, Chad, if you remember what I'm talking about, but I don't want to say anything else because I want him to just see it and be like, "That's amazing."
It's gonna be hard to top my favorite dialogue response so far, which is when Sojiro first meets you.
And you say like, "Please take care of me," or what?
The "please take care of me" is my favorite line. Ninja Shifter, thanks so much for the biddies, man. Really appreciate it. But yeah, so you're trash boy, huh? Please take care of me. Yeah. That, just like, please, I don't know what I'm doing. That was my favorite dialogue option so far. And we'll see if we can top that, but I trust.
Yeah.
But speaking of other characters and deepening bonds, we did pick up a new character that we both have seen at this point. I would imagine you probably have one character more than me if I had to guess.
Maybe.
Only because I'm guessing like a character per palace. That's I assume that's what it's been so far.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm. Yeah, I mean, patterns emerge in the game, so yeah.
Yes.
So you got Yusuke. So what do you think of Yusuke? Tell me all about it.
I like Yusuke. Yusuke definitely rubbed you off wrong at first. when you first meet him, he is very defensive of this guy that we know to be a bad guy because of our superpowers.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, and I love your girl. Let me paint her naked. And
right. He kind of beelines right for, hey, there's one girl in the group. Let's see her naked. Because it's an anime high school game, and it would be weird if we didn't have these sexually awkward capers.
Okay. No, you go, and then I'll. I have a couple things to say about that.
Okay. I was kind of interested because that immediately makes me think this guy's a perv, right? Like I immediately thought, like I assume the worst because I'm super negative, but I assume that like he wasn't really after the art, but after hanging out with Yusuke a little bit and getting to know him, like as much as I'm sure he would not be upset about seeing On naked, I do think that he probably wanted to actually paint her.
I think it was 100% art oriented. Like, I mean, or like 90, 97%. Like, I'm sure that he finds her attractive, but I think the thing, and like he even mentioned it, and it seemed really, like, it felt really genuine when he said it about like, this is not about romantic interest. Like, he says that at one point, or it's almost
that is true.
Yeah, he said that. I'm like, yeah, I could actually totally believe that with him. And so like, even if he could be interested in her, and I think like he is slightly, especially now, or like maybe where I'm at, you know, it's like after spending time together or whatever, or she like really, really, very, very extremely poorly attempts to come onto him to try to get him into that room. That part was awful. It was so funny.
That was the worst, like
the worst acting
how did
ever.
It work? She's so bad at it.
She's so
I'm never
bad.
trusting On with an operation like that again.
It's great because then you like the characters are just making fun of her for it, and it's so funny.
It was a good scene. I also liked when like he finally gets it open right as the master comes home, and she like whisks Yusuke in like a trap door spider. She's just like, "You're coming with me. Yeah. Shit's happening right now. Like, we got the door open."
Yeah. Okay. So like, here's the thing about the art stuff. I was an art student. I've drawn people naked. It's a normal thing you do in art school. So if you wanted to do like a nude thing, like I've actually heard of multiple examples of students being like, oh, I think I'm going to do like a pose nude for this thing or blah, blah, blah. Like when you enter into the art world and you just kind of become accustomed to that. Like I feel like in this game, they made it seem like she's in high school, she's like On has modeled, but she's probably never modeled like naked, so probably not. Seems like really strange and foreign and really uncomfortable for her. But I'm like on my end, I'm like, you know, it's really not that terribly uncommon, and it's like if an artist is doing it for the sake of art and not for the sake of getting into her pants, which I think is what Yusuke's thing was. It's like it's which I
believe now too.
Yeah, it's so not about like, oh my god, you're naked. Like he would have done it and made like an absolutely beautiful piece of art. Because that's what was inspiring him, not because he like. If he wanted to get into her pants, I'm sure the art piece wouldn't have been that good.
Yeah, they're gonna just want to half-ass it. All right, you want to go watch Netflix?
Yeah, exactly. So like, I think that his intentions were really actually quite pure when he proposed that idea. He sees it, and you can tell he's a very passionate person when he sees this thing in front of him. He's like, this is what I want to paint. Like, this is what I've grown up doing. I just know how to connect with this art, and it's cool. And you can tell that any kind of like pompous nature or anything that seems like he has ulterior motives and stuff, you're just like, no, you're just not that good at like being social.
Yeah, I think he's a straight shooter who's like really overly formal.
Yeah,
and
does not have much social interaction.
No, exactly. And you know what's funny? So On's reaction is totally justified because even if this is a normal thing for an artist, it's still not necessarily normal for somebody to be posing nude. Usually the artists, the models that artists are painting are people who regularly model nude for art classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so her reaction totally justified. His intentions, I think, pretty pure. Yeah. I gotta go. He does really feel like a straight shooter who says what he means.
Oh yeah, and, absolutely.
If he did have any ulterior motives with On, then they were buried down as deep as his denial of his master's wrongdoing.
Yeah,
you know?
Probably.
It's that 3%. He doesn't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
Would have been a good painting. I want to see what he does art-wise. Now he seems kind of resigned to being commissioned our calling cards, which is probably fun for the first one or two. But after that, I think he's going to get a little bit of artist block. I'm kidding, of course. I don't think that's going to impact the game at all.
No, I mean, I think now that he's done the logo, he doesn't have to really design anything else for calling cards, and he will work on. I don't want to. He can do whatever. He can do whatever. I'm just gonna say that he's done the logo, and I don't think he has to do anything else with that.
Okay, all right. I hope that we see him continue to blossom as an artist, especially now that he's out on his own. I assume, what is he doing, by the way? I think he's still a high school student, and his only father figure.
He's in some kind of art school. He is enrolled in some kind of art school. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen to him yet because I haven't seen the breakdown from Madarame.
Yeah. Well, what's making me so I like him too. Like it's like I kind of am like, it's a bit less of an endearing way, but still kind of like endearingly, like, oh, I like it. Like I like him. Like he's cool. He's good. He's fine. Like it's like I see your flaws, but I like you. Not necessarily in spite of that. I like you along with that. It's part of what gives you your charm. Just like with Ryuji. Sometimes that motherfucker is too loud.
Yeah, he's like dedicated to being dumb.
But he's still my bro, man. I'm not I'll never leave him. He's still my bro.
Idiot best friend. It wouldn't be an anime if your best friend wasn't a loud moron. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But you're just But then, like, when you bond with him, you're just kind of like, but you're my loud moron.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's who Ryuji is to me.
Exactly. It may be a little sad. He was the one I left out for the Madarame Palace for most of it. I'm going to be cycling them out.
I think I did too, because I like to have a lot of healers on my team.
Yeah,
so Morgana's pretty much a constant for me. Morgana.
Yes. I don't want to let Morgana go. He has all the best healing spells. I still want to call him a she, because that name is totally a girl's name. But no, he kind of has a really strong physical attack, which I think is Ryuji's major trait with his persona as well. Yusuke's a little bit more balanced, but he has good physical attack. He's got that like hurricane slash, whatever it is. That's not what it's called.
Yeah, actually, no. Yusuke's pretty strong in melee.
Yeah, he is.
From
big
what
time.
I've seen,
So,
if you give him a good
so
weapon,
I thought he was a good substitute for Ryuji.
He does a lot of damage. Yeah.
I bought his best weapon at the store.
I think that's what I did. What I've started to want to do now is every palace, when I get to the boss, I want to use whatever character is on my team because of the palace, just so that they have the satisfaction of beating the boss of the palace.
Did you not bring Yusuke along?
No, I did. So I did.
Oh, okay.
Him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
I kind of wonder if you can take the character who's like very plot important now. I would imagine they would have an objection if you tried to leave Yusuke behind. Either that, or he'd probably just like run in during the cutscene. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I assume, is that he'd run in during the cutscene, and that the game will let you still play how you want to play. So what I say is like, what I think when you're asking about like Yusuke's art, and then it makes me think of like other people. Have you? Okay, wait. Let me start with this. Have you bonded more with Ryuji since last week? Are you broing with him?
I'm broing with him at every opportunity where it says my bond with him will deepen.
So you've gotten some backstory now.
A little bit. I know that I found out about. I'm trying to remember what I found out about him.
Backstory just from Kamoshida with the whole track team and everything, and why he went from track team to like no track team.
Right, and I just remembered the first time we exercised, we got confronted by the former members of the track team.
Right, okay, cool. Okay, so you've gotten through that stuff. I think I've bonded like maybe a bit more than you have, but not, I'm like halfway.
I've hung out with him like 1 or 2 times after that.
Okay, I think I'm at like level 5 with him or something, like rank 5.
I want to say rank 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
I'll bro with him actually probably tonight, just so that I can rank up again.
You gotta spend a little Ryuji time.
Yeah, for sure. You do. Yeah. You do. You can't ignore your bro, man. You can't ignore your bro.
I still love him.
I wanna like make sure I bond with everybody, especially everybody that can fight with me that I gain in this entire game. I want to bond with at least to rank 2, even if they're not my favorite, just in case I put them on my team and I want to baton pass.
Baton pass is too strong. Like, for the longest time, like it killed me in the first palace because through the whole first palace you don't have baton pass with Morgana. Yeah. And there were so many times during that palace I was like, I really wish I could baton pass out with Morgana. It's the only character that doesn't have that ability activated. So I feel you on that. I think that's a must-have. Yeah. Must-have.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. So I'm like, I want to bond as ASAP so that I can get my baton pass, and then I'll decide if I want to bond with you more after that. But what I've realized is that in bonding with people, like I've bonded with Coffee Dad more.
Every chance I get.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So the more you bond, it just looks like if you really want to know the character's backstory, you have to bond with them.
Yes, for sure.
Every time you can rank up with them, you get a piece of story along with it.
Yes, which I love. Yeah, I love that you just slowly get to know them better. And that actually, like, they do such a good job of that because if they had the same system in place and the writing wasn't on point, the characters weren't that likable. The character, as you learn more and more about these characters, especially the characters that you don't really like at first, somebody like Sojiro, who treats you like shit when you first meet him.
Yeah.
If they didn't have something interesting behind them, and I don't know what Sojiro's story is yet. I just know that he got an emergency call. I want to know too. But he.
Oh, that's all you got so far?
What's that?
You just got the emergency call?
That's it. That's
okay,
all I have so far.
I have a little more info than you. Okay.
But just his general demeanor and just like the little bits of praise that he offers, they start to really make you like him. And just his sole dedication to his craft. That it's really important to him that he serves a good cup of coffee and does his best every time.
He's like really into it. Good coffee and curry, and I'm like, I like you. If you also served tea, I would just eat tea and curry all the time at your place.
It's a coffee house. He's probably got tea, but coffee's his forte.
I know. I just didn't grow up with it, but I know you would probably love it.
Yes, I would. Although coffee and curry sounds like a rough combination on the stomach, I would still try at least once and then recover.
Yeah.
I would. You get used to it pretty quick. But I think that this game does just generally, and I sort of just had this remark like in the middle of a really important plot moment. I just stopped myself and I was like, this is so fucking good. This is so good. I have multiple times where this happens in this game where I just stop to appreciate that they are selling me something really, really hard and high concept, and they are pulling it off with flying colors.
They are.
And that's so hard to do.
They're not afraid of going as far as they need to. They're not afraid of going
exactly
super dark, and you're like, this is so fucked up, but like they're
exactly.
Yeah, it's like they're giving you real solid reasons for people to want to join you. Like these people are like, I'm gonna be a part of your team because this is fucked up, and so
because this is not right.
Yeah, we're gonna work together. Like and then you're like, I completely understand why you want to do that.
Yes,
I would do the same way,
And I was also talking. I also wanted to remark on something I was talking about earlier in my cast today. This is a game that I legitimately wish I had as a kid. In some form, because I'm so jealous of kids that get to grow up with this, because this game just not necessarily teaches, but just hammers home some points.
It's gonna ruin other games for them.
I know, right? But also more so, I think this game teaches you a lot of great life lessons through its writing.
Yeah.
I can't praise the writing in this game enough, because it's basic, and especially for us as adults when it's like it's telling us things that we know, but hammering home things like the importance of time management, or that you're using your time wisely. And when like Morgana congratulates you that you use your time wisely on the train, or moments where the overall encouragement to embrace social pariahs, because oftentimes just because everybody says something about someone doesn't make it true. Oftentimes there's another side to that story that just isn't being heard.
That's true. And it's another good example of when people are like, oh, I'm not good at socializing, I'm not good at doing this, I'm not good at doing this. And it's like, well, even in this game, like, you can't actually like ask somebody out or like bond with somebody unless you like have a certain skill level. It's like the charm and kindness and like all that stuff, like social skills are something you also learn in life.
Yeah, they make you believe the stats.
Yeah.
They make you believe in the stats.
Yeah, but it's a very real thing. It's like, I know it's funny when you up charm, you're just like, oh, that means I'm gonna like be able to like hit on girls, but it means just like that you can function in like at a higher level of social interaction with people, and that's like so true in real life. You have to work on it. You can't just expect it to be there. That's what
it's not that people are born with it. Some people may be, but most people are not born with the ability to just interact with other people and have it go well. And I was saying this just yesterday. I used to have an horrible anxiety-filled time trying to talk to other human beings until I just forced myself into uncomfortable situation after uncomfortable situation, and in a sense got the XP that I needed to be able to speak to people well.
Yeah, like XP. It's great.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes you believe in the stats. The stats become something more than just numbers on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
They become something pretty real to your character, and you see that character improve, and because you're so, behind the wheels of this character, and because of his near silentness, you definitely feel You definitely feel a sense of progression as you go.
Yeah, for sure. I've never been so excited to study in my entire life. Like,
I know,
I really want to up my knowledge.
I'm a great student in video games. Yeah. Great student.
For now.
For now. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. Time management is definitely a very interesting thing to do, and it's definitely a bit newer for me because like I've had like things count down in a game, you know, where you like have a certain amount of time to do this and that. But usually it's like, you have 2 minutes to do this thing before this thing expires or before this person dies or whatever. But like, this is like, the whole game is like, how are you going to play it? How are you going to manage your time? This is going to determine probably literally everything.
I didn't even realize that. That is very true how it does that. I love that.
There's so many different ways you can do. Like, I've like just watching you play last night for like 30 minutes before I went to sleep, I was like, holy crap, he's doing so many different things than I did during mine. You're like, let's go watch a movie. I'm like, I never go to the movie theater by myself. Like, I've never done that. I didn't realize you could like go in and I figured that's something you just invite somebody else out to, or that there's like shit you can buy in the arcade.
I needed that kindness.
With somebody.
I had to watch Cake Man Rises.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is like, I've gotten in other ways. I've been like very conscious of going to the bathhouse on the right days or during like the rainy season or like during, you know, and then I'm like, I don't really need proficiency at this point in the game as much, so I'm not going to work on it. Like, I'm going to focus on this thing. Like, how do I get this combination? And it's just the way that we're trying to figure out how to do it. It's like, it's totally different from each other. And it's super
There's so many different approaches, which is amazing. It kind of gives you this free reign on living your life and finding your own balance between your life and this secret duty that you have. This is a game that, funny enough, now that I think about it, this is probably the closest game right now to actually feeling like Batman you could get. You have to learn how to manage a double life as a superhero. You don't get to play Bruce Wayne during all the Batman games. You're just beating up Joker.
We are Batman.
You are Batman in this game. It explains some of the personas. I love that. I love the double life. It's a double life simulator. And if I ever get up to some shady shit on the DL, I'll know how to manage my time. Thanks,
no, just another sub in the
Thank you. Go ahead.
So much for 11 months, by the way. Yeah, I know it's just because my sub notification is so loud, it like drowns out your voice for a bit. So I'm just like, oh crap.
That's okay. I'm keeping an eye out for it.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you so much, man. We're almost at a year, and that's awesome.
Congrats. Zarix, 11 months. Thanks for supporting my friend. Crap, what were we saying now?
Time management. We're Batman.
We are Batman. I think I was wrapping up on the Batman point. That is true.
Just like leading that double life. It's like a really fascinating kind of approach in this style of game. And of course, it's not like this is the first game to do it, because this is the 5th Persona, and there are other games that are like kind of similar. It's just a hybrid of this game. It's super interesting. Like, when I explain it to people, I'm like, it's like kind of social life dating sim / Pokemon / JRPG and it's anime.
Pretty much, yes. With the best animated UI you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Best UI ever.
Yeah.
Although now that I'm starting to get into the deeper menus, earlier on I was saying that the menus are all like extremely intuitive. True for most of the menus. There are some of the deeper menus that you have to get into that are a little bit like, oh god, why? It took me forever to realize how I could find my like items that I had bought that weren't combat items.
Oh, when you just scroll with the trigger buttons?
When you scroll with them, and like, so that took me a little while because it's like a visually busy thing. That's not too bad.
I think when you want to go in and
it took me forever to figure out my
character.
social stats.
Oh, yeah. That took me a while to find the social stats. And then when you want to heal with a character, you have to go in like 3 times on the menu, and then you click on the heal, and then you have like put it back out like 4 times just to get back to the main. Maybe I end up
using like auto heal all the time just because of that.
Yeah, maybe there's a shortcut that I'm not focusing on, or maybe do the auto heal or something. But I like doing it in a very specific way, because I don't always want to.
You don't trust the game to use your SP efficiently, and the SP is like usually the major limiting factor in whether you can continue.
Like, in this game, you can make your supporting characters do whatever they want, but I've never switched to that because I like having the control. I absolutely like having the control. Like, I have somebody who doesn't like turn-based games, but she would really like this game otherwise, and I was like, you should put it on so that your characters just autoplay, and then all you have to do is choose what you want to do, and then the turn-based won't feel that bad for you.
I didn't even think about that because I've always liked turn-based stuff, but it totally makes sense to me that there are plenty of people who don't.
Yeah, and exactly. There are people who don't. They really are, and it's surprising to me sometimes just to think about that. But I don't know. I mean, I get it, but I also like them. So.
Sure. Yeah, Persona. I have heard that Persona 3 was a major turning point for the series, and you hear that I heard that today from my friend who has never played a Persona. And I've heard it from multiple people who have. Persona 3 was when they started introducing the whole double life time management thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, Persona's a spin-off series in itself. I can never remember how it all goes, but it used to be it's a spin-off of a series called Shin Megami Tensei. Right. I think I can't remember if it was. I remember Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne 2, only game I've ever played in this series, and only for a moment.
Okay, so you haven't beat it
before that. No, I barely remember it. I like rented it for 2 days from GameStop when I worked there and played it for a minute. I remember it being really interesting, but
I forgot that you worked for GameStop as
for like 5 years, yeah.
Oh,
What's that?
You worked there way longer than I did.
Yeah, that's right. Most people I know have worked there. You look in the streaming space, everyone has worked at GameStop at some point.
GameStop, and you're like, yeah, it was not the best.
Everyone goes, yeah, that sucked. I always hear the same thing from female former employees is that it sucked there because they treated you like crap because you were a girl. I hear that from everyone.
I mean,
is that true? No, I'm sorry. You were one of the ones that had a pretty okay experience in that regard, weren't you?
It's okay.
It was okay. There you go.
I'll remind you of stuff later. I don't know if I
Okay. We don't have to get into that. Sorry about the dog whining, by the way. She's being a little butt today.
Puppies are the cutest thing ever, so I don't mind.
Yes, absolutely. She's giving me the big smile because it's hot here, so she's like.
That's actually what's nice about having a bunny is that they're very quiet.
That is, yeah. They don't make a whole lot of noise, huh?
No, not so much. They can. They have they can use vocal cords, but they don't. Like bunnies typically only make sounds when they're like really angry. They can grunt at you, or like when they're in like serious pain, they can actually scream, and it's the most terrifying thing you've ever heard in your life.
I've heard that.
Yeah, because I tell this sometimes. It's my old roommate had a bunny as well, and he chewed through a light wire. Yeah, and it electrocuted him, but he's fine. He was okay. But the thing was, he screamed, and it was right behind me. I was on my couch in my old living room, and it was right next to Baldwin's cage. So I thought it was her, and I just go, my bunny's dying! And I like jump out of my chair, and I run over, and I'm like, Baldwin, and I pick her up, and she's like, what? Nothing's.
She's like, dude, I'm fine.
Put me down. What?
I'm the one screaming.
I'm like, okay, you're okay. And I was like, oh no, Charlie! And I picked him up, and the poor thing's like,
aw. He's like, that felt weird. A little extra spicy.
Yeah, his tongue must have gotten like burnt because he was like chewing through the thing. But it was like.
Have you ever been electrocuted? It feels weird.
Yeah. Nothing intense. Like I've got a shock from something, but nothing intense.
There? Oh, but yeah, just another sub in the
I've been like. Like I've touched an outlet a plug while it was halfway in the outlet, like enough to like jolt my arm.
Yeah, it must be very strange.
It feels like your whole body that's being affected. Like for me, it was like up to here about is vibrating like rapidly, and it hurts.
Weird. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So for a rabbit, I'm sure they're like, oh, this is what death feels like. So like the scream, it's like really terrifying. Also, thank you so much, Grim Otter, for 10 months. I really appreciate them, and thank you.
Grim Otter.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, it's because you're talking about your dog. Yeah, but yeah. Otherwise, bunnies are pretty quiet, except for Baldwin, guys. You know how cats like in the wild would never make sounds like meowing and the eating noises and stuff?
Right.
Baldwin's picked up one of those weird domesticated eating noises. Like she
really?
like kind of whimpers while she eats because I think she picked it up after me because like she's so excited to eat something.
Nice.
It's really funny. It's like I wish Stream could hear it whenever I give her a treat. But like sometimes she'll just be like, like as she's eating, I'm like, are you okay? Like she's just super hyped to eat it. It's really funny.
I know what you mean. I wish my mic could pick up a lot of the noises she makes because she's got. I didn't even realize this. Probably because microphones just don't pick that up. I never had a puppy before. Puppies just constantly make a little like protesting noise. Everything sounds like an effort to them. They're just like for like everything. Every single action they take.
They do.
So I always find that really funny. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry that your life is so hard. She's like,
yeah, it's really funny.
I call it the puppy protest.
That's really great. Yeah, I know. Animals are weird, man. They're cute. In this game, though, you have a cat that tells you to go to sleep all the time.
He makes a lot of noises. Yeah, most of them are focused around telling me how to live my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't appreciate.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that because I realized what you said. You foreshadowed towards that. I was like, oh, there's probably gonna be a time where the game lets me live my life a little bit. No. And you do get that. It's called your free time after the palace has been destroyed. But that's only gonna be a couple of days. The rest of the time, Morgana's like, get your ass to bed. We went to the metaverse today. You're not making any coffee.
Yeah. So you basically can do like two 2 main activities plus like shopping every day, unless if you go anywhere in the metaverse, Morgana's like, that's it, you gotta go to bed. Or you're like, we're gonna send the calling card, and he's like, get the fuck to sleep. And I'm like, no,
I know, right?
Come on, you're not my dad.
I know.
I have coffee, Dad. You're not my dad. Like, stop.
Maybe that. Wait, I think we finally cracked the case of Morgana's identity. He was actually your father. That's why he's so bossy.
Yeah. Super funny, and why he like thinks he always knows better than you. It's great. He's teaching you all this stuff. Yeah, it makes sense. It's perfect. We figured it out, guys. It's okay.
So, both of the palaces so far have been adults. I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna have to take a break pretty soon. She's pacing.
Okay.
Let me just ask that. Yeah. She's pacing to go outside.
If you want to take her.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just totally interrupted myself in the middle of a question. She started pacing. All right. Yeah. Sorry, gonna have to BRB.
It's okay, guys. Let's take a quick moment and we can talk about Palace 3, and then we'll jump on back. And I will. We'll do some mass purges right when he gets back.
I like that system. As long as people don't mind getting purged, I'll leave my stream with Theo, so you guys can check in on the empty cage. I guess I'm taking her away. Mm-hmm. You got that. She hasn't been asleep this entire time. She's just been playing with her toys, and now she's asking to go outside. So, why won't you sleep?
She's
I'll be right back.
Okay, so
she is. But why won't you sleep though? That's all I want.
We need Morgana. It's the only way to get a man. We need Morgana. Oh my god. Yo, guys, somebody send Blacklight or Morgana plushie for Theo. Somebody needs to do that. Okay, so now that we have a minute while he's taking her out, if you guys want to say anything about Palace 3, we can talk about it now, but keep in mind you'll get purged right when he gets back, because we don't want him to see that. I'm really hyped for him, like his theory. He had a theory about Makoto joining us, and like he's absolutely right. And I'm excited to see what he thinks about that. I really wanted to bring up Mr. Tiny Face, because that guy fucking sucks! Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited. One for Seeker. Oh, okay. Fart bag. The leveling up. Look, I just haven't updated the overlays in a while. I think it's just outdated for Fart bag, and we have to refresh it, and then there might be some new stats on there. So just give it a little time, and I'll get you something new and fresh soon. The forced sleep is pretty annoying. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Oslet, I agree. You'll get on it? Okay. Honest about it? Oh, you don't know anything about Palace 3. Should I... Yeah. Oh, wow, there may or may not be a new character. Exactly. Yeah, I wonder how he'll react as well. Yeah, it was really good. I was very satisfied with Makoto's awakening. I was very very pleased about it. You could tell, I was literally just kind of bouncing around in my seat because I was hyped for it. Oh yeah. Unless Blacklight's chat. If you still want to see the regular layout, you can always do the multi-stream. Or if you guys in my stream want to see Theo's cage, you do the multi-stream. An outlier? Yeah, Andy. Nobody levels anymore. Do you want me to do a crate? Yeah, Shifter, maybe. You'll probably be like, oh yeah, I remember this character is going to be on my team, but you know. I really like, what we can talk about when we get back is I'm going to talk about all the background characters again with Blacklight and how interesting they are. But again, we can't say Makoto's yet because he doesn't know. I like her progression and how we see that. And it makes me wonder if we've already met anybody else that's going to join us. Like, my theories, I'll say my theories now. I know, Dead Fox, I know. My theories, so this is time to neither confirm nor deny. My theories include, Akechi, it seems important. I'm wondering if something personal is going to happen with him within the detective, within the police force, or something he's like, so maybe something he's investigating or something like that will happen, and it's going to like really like super hit him personally, and then he'll like join us. Or I know there's another girl because I saw that, because if you look at the fucking opener for this game, when you open it on your PS4, it's like, look at all the outlines of the people who join your team, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. Yeah, so I don't know. Why is it green screen? Oh, that'd be a really funny variant. It's the way that I'm capturing the video. I'm doing a window capture instead of my typical camera capture because we're in a call. And you can't use your camera twice. OBS can't read your camera if it's being read in something else. Anyway. Goro? Goro. Super weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like who else. Yeah, the intro art spoilers. You're just like, what the fuck? I don't want to know that. Yeah. So-called traitor. I don't know. The traitor. Oh yeah. So I'm really curious about the black mask guy. Again, I said Morgana. Like what I do know is that the guy in the black mask is absolutely related to all of the fucked up stuff that happened. But like, I mean, it was okay for me to tell Black like my theories because like it didn't include that information. What's up, RC What's up, everybody? By the way, I'll do all my individual highs at the end of the talk show. Yeah. So we can phase up. Yeah, Blacklight's new emotes look great. I'm excited to see more of them. They look really good. Akechi is one of the characters, A-K-E-C-H-I.
Who's there? Oh, no one. Just another sub in the fruit basket.
Rom, thank you so much for the 3-month sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around for 3 months. That's super sweet. I don't know. I'm going to actually ask. I'm pretty sure. No, now that he's finished the second palace, I'm pretty sure they've done. Didn't we do the metaverse in between 1 and 2?
Thanks, pal.
I'm pretty sure Metaverse happens between Palace 1 and 2, so that we can talk about it. And then I definitely wanted to bring up Cat Bus. I 100% was going to try to bring that up. I just don't want to ask and then like have it not be the case, but I'm pretty freaking sure that it is. He's about to return, by the way, so if mods want to start doing a purge, and let me know if... Yeah, Mementos. Oh, Mementos. Yeah, that's what I meant. She's so cute. Oh, he's almost back. Yeah, we'll start doing a purge. Who else do we need to purge? Oh yeah, any mods you can always like. Anybody else? Oh yeah, so yeah, no, you totally know Memento, so we don't have to purge Memento stuff. We just need to purge stuff about Makoto. And we didn't talk about the mob Kaneshiro. So we're good there. We're good there. You're super glad. Hey, Greek. Yeah, it is after Palace 1. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay then, right? Are we good now?
We should be good. Should be able to hear me now.
Shadow Life might need to... You need to purge Shadow Life. I think we're okay otherwise.
Shadow Life?
Yeah, so we brought up something that I wanted to talk to you about, and I was like, I needed to like reconfirm just to make 100% sure that you knew about it, but you do. Mementos.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to bring
the
that
Fresh
up.
Maker.
Yeah, exactly. So you went in Mementos, and you've seen Cat Bus, and it's so funny. I
love Cat Bus.
I call him Cat Bus. I'm like, it's like, they're like, I wonder why I turned into a bus. It's like, must be something to do with our culture. And I'm like, yes, Totoro, you're Cat Bus.
Yeah,
this makes 100% sense to me.
I knew it was a Miyazaki reference. I could not remember which one it is. I knew it was one of the movies I hadn't seen. I have not seen My Neighbor Totoro.
You should.
I hear that, and I hear that you have an emote of one of the characters, KFC Toto.
Yeah, it's just Totoro. Totoro is like the big symbol. You know, you're just being
something like that. Something along those lines.
Being a douche about it.
Yeah. Yep. Being facetious a little bit.
But yeah.
He's a bus. He's a cat.
Yeah.
He's Cat Bus.
Cat Bus. I'm like, I wish I had a ton, like just a bunch of extra emote slots because I have like 6 other emotes I want to add like right now, so I don't really have room. Nice. But at the same time, like if I had 2 extra slots on top of that, I just want to add like a Cat Bus.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Like a double
sweet.
emote Cat Bus. Yeah.
Cat Bus combo.
You don't know he was waving? Oh my god, Andy.
But yeah, but so Mementos is fun because it gives you something to do combat-wise outside of having a specific mission.
Yo,
you have a little free time.
Mementos over a job any day because you get money from it, plus you get items and treasures, plus you get experience points. Like it's so much better than actually doing a part-time job.
I don't know why the hell I got a job after I got access to Mementos.
I've worked one day at a convenience store and then
Same.
Totally did not do anything else since then. I'm like,
never
fucking
again.
Why would I work after that? Why work if I can just get money in the metaverse and just go Memento or like in a palace or whatever? Because you can go to a palace, you know, a lot before you have to finish it if you want to. But
yeah, I kind of think that they do these sort of less attractive options on purpose. It's kind of like a lesson in nothing ventured, nothing gained, where they frame it as, sure, you're going to be safe working behind a register, but if you go out and explore, you're going to get more rewards, but you're putting yourself in danger. Yeah. From a gameplay standpoint, we're going to put ourselves in danger every time. Yeah. But it also gives you sort of like options to screw up. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I did switch screens and I guess it didn't. I always do that. I hit the button and it doesn't happen and then I just don't notice.
It's okay. I've got it on mine. At the end of this, I'm going to need a copy of our last episode from you, by the way, so I can have it for reference because I don't have one.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, the VOD, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I need just like a copy of it.
Okay, I'll make sure to highlight that and send it over to you.
Okay, thank you. Yay.
I'll do that.
People have been asking about it. They want to know.
The next one.
They want to watch, man. Which is great.
Yeah, good.
Terrible employee. Yes, we will. You're going to be continuing after this as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we will both be playing Persona 5 after this. If you are If you have not seen up until July 2nd in the game, then maybe you want to watch Blacklight tonight because he's behind on that, about a palace behind. If you want to watch after Palace 3 and on, then watch mine or just watch both because we do totally different stuff, which is cool.
Multi-stream it.
Super interesting. Yeah. So Mementos, it's interesting. I think that's gonna be. That is where Morgana's reveal is gonna happen because that's what he keeps talking about. I mean, he's the one who's like saying that, like, oh yeah, we need to keep going deeper into there because that's where we'll find my answers. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and not to mention each of the palaces we've explored have had one or more of our party members corresponding with it and having a personal attachment to it in some way.
Yeah.
In the case of, aside from us having rescued Morgana out of Kamoshida's castle. Obviously, the 3 of us, the original 3 school students, the main character, Ryuji and An, all had a specific attachment to Kamoshida. He was manipulating An. He was threatening to expel the other 2 guys.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, we had Yusuke for Madarame's castle.
Yeah.
I don't know if this trend continues into the 3rd, but that means Morgana doesn't really have a palace of his own. And that means that he has to have somewhere. And honestly, for being somebody who is just nobody, as far as we know, somebody who does not remember...
I guess this will be kind of like a way of like his palace.
This is his palace because this is like humanity's palace. This is everybody's palace. Mementos, storyline wise, is basically where the negative thoughts of everyone comes together.
Also, you haven't brought up the fact that Joker doesn't have a palace. Not yet. I believe he's going to have a palace.
I believe he will, and that it'll probably be like the final one. But I already thought that he had kind of enough of an investment in the first one because he didn't have as much history with Kamoshida as Ryuji or An for sure. But he does kind of get caught up in that. So he might count, he might not.
I think that's what brought him in, but I don't think that's his main palace. I think that terrible punch in the face has too much power dude is going to be his palace.
Right. Terrible punch in the face guy.
That guy sucks.
We've seen him before, haven't we? Or we've seen him again.
Once. Yeah, after the buffet. Yeah.
At the frickin' buffet, which looked delicious, by the way.
It looked so good. I got a buffet when I was in England, and it was great. Yeah, no, I think that dude is definitely going to be like toward final boss category. And I haven't wanted to say it on stream. Yeah, he's a big bad, and I think he's like pulling the strings behind some stuff that's going on between the palaces that we're already fighting. Like, I think he has some sort of maybe pull at the FBI or like the Japanese FBI, whatever, and then and
right.
like in our school and like all this stuff. Like I think it's like this trickle down something that's going to relate to almost everything we've been doing.
That's definitely a good theory. I think you're right. I think they've been hinting towards that a little bit, if not. They definitely haven't outright said it. I think that's kind of where they're going with it. I definitely agree with you there. I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah, so I don't want to know any confirmation or denial of that at all, guys. Please don't say anything.
Yes, we're not looking for answers. We're just supposing.
Yeah, neither of us have played Persona games before. The Velvet Room is also not a palace. It's more of like a mental space where you connect with.
Right, it's sort of the palace of humanity, but it's like not quite as bad because like there aren't extremely distorted desires there. But if somebody is like kind of starting to head down that path, they might manifest there.
No, that's Mementos. I'm talking about the Velvet.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was it?
Velvet Room.
What did I say?
The Velvet Room.
Oh, Velvet Room. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Not a palace. Never mind. Yeah.
Velvet Room is not a palace. Velvet Room exists inside your heart, inside the main character's heart, I believe.
Yeah. Do we think anything shady will happen with Igor? No,
No, I don't think Igor's shady. I think he's just weird.
I think he's just weird as well, but he's also been present in previous Persona games, based on what I've been told. Right. So I think he's okay. I think he's fine.
So if he was an overarching enemy, like if he was like some big bad operating behind the scenes, people who've played the games before would already know this.
I also don't think we would have had an actual Arcana bond with him.
That's true too. That is true too. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I personally think Igor is kind of like, a something from within you. Like I think that he might just be sort of like this. Obviously, he's existed in other characters before, but I think he's like part of you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of impression I get. Like he's more of just like an aspect of the human soul, just like a persona.
Right.
And maybe one that even goes from person to person.
Yeah.
In the same form.
Yeah. I agree.
I think the Jailer twins are new. The little 6-year-old girls that love cutting heads off.
Which one do you like better, Justine or Caroline?
I have no idea. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the difference.
Caroline
they're
is
twins.
the mean one, and Justine is the cool one. So.
They're both kind of mean.
Justine is so much more respectful about it. She's like, well, you should respect him because he's better than you. And Caroline's like, you suck! Listen to your master! And I'm like, calm down. Okay, girl? Like,
well, I think I can tell which one you like better.
Yeah, can you? Really?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, Andy likes Caroline, and I'm like, no, I don't like that kind of like dismissive, like, you have no power, I hate you, respect or die type.
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she's the one that always calls you inmate, right?
Yeah.
They both call you that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think they both do, but she yells it a lot more.
She says it with malice in her voice. Those characters are usually pretty forgettable.
But I mean, you can
yes.
hang out with them. You can rank with them. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't even realize that they would count as a separate arcana from Igor.
Yeah, I didn't think so at first either. Yeah, I thought that was like it's like default that you could start bonding with him, so that's why I was okay saying it.
Right.
My favorite confidant so far, I don't know if I want to say because I don't know if Blacklight has met all the ones that I have.
Yeah, no, I definitely have not. There's only one Velvet Room attendant with Igor generally. I do remember I got far enough into Persona 4 that I remember who you're talking about, and she was fine. I don't remember what Maria, I want to say her name was. That character was my bae, and if I have a chance to romance her, I'm gonna go back and play Persona 4 just to do that.
Yeah.
Right now, though, I'm still gunning for Miss Lady Doctor. Dr. Feelgood.
You like Takemi?
Takemi, yeah. Mm-hmm. Takemi is. You know what? She's really mean, and I think it just does something for me.
Yeah, it's okay.
She's very blunt.
Tiny likes her too. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, Tiny.
She's cool, and I don't mind bonding with her because my guts will also go up, so it's like a good kind of like dual bonding time. But she just fucking keeps calling me her guinea pig, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little tired of it.
It's a sweet little pet name. What? It's sweet.
I don't know. It's just the way
it's romantic.
I just feel like it's a little demeaning
literal
to me. It's a little demeaning.
It is, but I mean that's why I like it.
It's the amount she uses it. Yeah, again, if that's like you can roll with it. If that's what you want. I like a girl who's gonna like stand up for herself, but also not be a total dick to me. And like, Takemi's not a total dick, obviously, but like she's just a little. It's just like a little demeaning, and I'm like,
She's April Ludgate.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
But also a genius doctor.
Yeah.
What's not to like? Yeah. Not to mention, okay, I'm sorry, but that animation when you pull up her buy menu, don't tell me that's not wife material.
Silhouette?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
she does
best
look
thing
pretty
ever.
good. Yeah.
It's so smooth too. That animation's so good.
Yeah.
Takemi is like a total aesthetic choice for me. I'm like, this girl has the coolest sense of style I've ever seen, and she's a genius doctor. That
I never said she wasn't pretty hot, because she's pretty hot. But
she's pretty hot.
I kind of like, I don't know. There might be somebody that I like somebody better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say no more. Say no more.
What I will say is that with An, she's definitely like best friend material, and like I'm probably not gonna waifu her.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not gonna waifu An for sure. I do really like An, and like the moments with An are usually pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like her. I like her. I like that she's kind of ditzy. She's not outright ditzy, but a lot of times when she goes to apply herself to something, she gets amped up to do something, and she just bungles it completely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you went to the park with her.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I saw you doing that last night. Yeah.
That's right. You were there. That's right. You were there at that time. Yeah. And like, she's like, hey, it'll make our persona stronger. Start being mean to me.
Yeah, I know. Like, okay. And then you chose the, when you could do like, I like you, I love you, or like the can we stop. You did can we stop. And a lot of people that I know do the I like you. That also gets you points.
That one gets you points as well. Okay.
Yeah. She's just like, what? She just kind of like gets bashful for a minute, and then she's fine. You're like, okay.
All right. But I did purposely avoid both of those options because, well, first of all, I love you is a little strong. We've known that character for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, I do like you. Like, you're cool.
We've been through some shit, but I mean, like, we got a lot going on right now. We just got over midterms. Can we not do this? We gotta take down this artist guy.
I don't know if I'm there.
Yeah, this is all so sudden.
Yeah.
But I like you. It seemed like the romance option that you want to take, and then I think it's Let's Stop. It was the other one, or just whatever.
Yeah, like Can We Stop This? Yeah.
Can We Stop This? The one that I picked.
That still got you points.
That does get you points, yeah, because that's like the friendly conversational one. That's just like okay, this isn't really working.
Bye, Shifter.
And I like the fact that you can deepen your bond without necessarily romancing.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I wonder how like when that's gonna split, when it comes to like when it's gonna actually turn into more of like a romance thing, or like how I don't know how intense this game gets with stuff like that. But it has enough where like I've got magazines. It's like perfect date spot. Like figure out where this date spot is, and I'm like, okay, so I can definitely date people. I just don't know like how intense or when. Yeah, I'm curious about the split.
Yeah,
I don't think I've gotten there yet with anybody. Just because I do
kind of wonder.
I'm still picky about. What I'm trying to do is start an Arcana with everybody I possibly can and
then decide
EXP reasons and for rank benefits. Each time you rank up with somebody, you get like a good benefit in the game. I just got a really good one with.
She's not even barking at me. Sorry.
That's okay.
She's barking at her alligator for some reason. She's barking at a toy. Sorry about that. I'll mute. You go ahead and say whatever it is you were going to say if you still have that.
She's so cute.
She's just in the corner like, what's the matter, babe? What is it?
That's great.
What is it, honey?
Your relationship will burn bright with a fire. Andy.
Hold on one sec.
Anime Mass Effect 2.
What?
Except better, I've heard. Bork. Yeah, guys. Oh my god, Fio's just the cutest thing. She's so cute. Yeah, I don't know. I think bonding with people is really interesting. I'm excited to see where my bond with my new waifu goes, because it seemed like she was asking me out on a date to me and just playing it off as something else. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Don't say anything about it in chat. Don't say anything.
Chat.
Don't say anything.
Yeah,
that's
chat.
just, that's just how I feel. So hopefully that'll work out, guys. My current waifu choice. I'll probably play Persona 4 at some point. Yeah. I think he's meeting again. Yeah. See you later, Matt. Masterpiece. Oh my god.
I figured it out.
You did?
Yeah, I figured it out. It's her water dish.
Oh, okay.
She was, I don't know why. I think she flipped one of her bowls onto the other bowl, and that freaked her out.
That's great. I had, so we grew up with a lab, and we were at my parents' old house, and he was barking like crazy, and all of his hair was up on end, you know, like all down.
Oh yeah, like real defense mode.
It's like when dogs are like getting really aggressive, it's like the hair on their spine, down their spine will raise, like right below their collar, and then right like up next to
make them
butt.
look bigger and more imposing.
It just goes up, and I'm like, you don't see that on a lab very often. So I'm like, what's wrong? And his soccer ball was sitting right outside of the door to the backyard, and it had 2 butterflies on it.
Oh, not butterflies.
Yeah, they were just chilling. They were chilling, and he was so terrified. He was so mad and so scared. So I opened the door, and he jumps backwards, and I'm like,
he's like, I'm not going out there.
What? Are you serious? Like, animals are weird. It's great.
They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. She is gonna have to get fed after this, though. I think she usually only plays with her dish when she's hungry. But anyway, back to game conversation. Right now we're at points where we pretty much covered everything up through the first 2 palaces.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there were any other major like plot points we got that we missed. Aside from the only thing that's happening right now, and I'm gonna guess here. Feel free to once again withhold your confirms or denies.
Okay.
I think the next palace is going to have to do with this whole developing Makoto principal situation. Because we know that Principal Thumbface took Makoto, the student body president, and was like, yo, you need to get info on these guys who definitely did something or other to Kamoshida. He knows that we did something, but we're not sure what. Not to mention the FBI director that he said is kind of pulling some strings. I think has something to do with that because he mentioned that there were some people on high talking in his ear that weren't comfortable with the whole situation. And on top of that, that guy, his voice actor is too good and his art is too detailed, and he looks too much like a Disney villain to not be one of the palace guys. That principal that principal definitely has a palace, I think.
Yeah, the principal sucks in my opinion.
He's a dickhead, but you don't have to confirm or deny. But I think that's going to be something I'm seeing. Do you have any guesses for further things that might be coming up that wouldn't be a spoiler for me?
I was just smiling the whole time just to be like, that's my poker face.
Poker face.
I definitely want to know more about the kind of whole FBI area because that like Sai works there as well.
Who does?
I want to know Sai, and we've seen her.
Oh, the woman who's interrogating us.
Yes, but we've seen her in the past. There have been the cutscene with her like talking with the FBI director, and like the director doesn't like her.
No, yeah, she's definitely. I think she's going to be on our side because I think we talked about this in the last episode.
I think she's a bit of a hard ass, but she'll still sympathize. Yeah.
I think she's like trying to get to the bottom of everything, sure, and she thinks she's on the right side, but I think ultimately she's a pariah too, and that makes her on our side.
Yeah. I think that's going to happen with more characters as well.
Yeah. Yes, I really like that. I love that theme that whenever somebody is an outcast, that means they are someone for us. That's somebody who's on your side.
Yeah.
I love that theme. That's another thing that I like that they would teach kids is don't always just side with what's popular. Sometimes you have to reach out to the people who are thrown away by everybody else.
Yeah.
People who are outcast by everybody else.
Yeah. I think it's great. It's
a good lesson.
The director wants to. Oh yeah, the director did ask her out for a drink. You're right. Yeah, it was weird.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. There's a lot of that, like, that abuse of power, positions of power, where dudes are like, hey, I'm the FBI director / high school teacher. You want to go get a drink sometime? And it's creepy, and it's, like, uncomfortable when it happens, but it's also, like, pretty real and dark. It really helps, like, set the tone of, this is a world full of shitty people, just like the real one.
Everybody sucks in this world, and it's nice.
Everybody sucks.
Few people that don't suck, or that suck and then decide not to suck. You're like, great, you don't suck as much. Like with Coffee Dad, you're like, wow, you kind of suck. Like you're being such a dick to me. You don't even know me. And then he just calms down and he's like, yo, JK, this is all kind of like I'm just put on a face because I like being hard ass, but like, you okay, man? And I'm like, oh, Coffee Dad, thanks, Coffee Dad.
You realize really quickly, and I generally love people like that in real life. People who are just like blunt and mean, and once you get to know them, you realize that they're not just being mean to you because they don't like you. They're just mean. That's just the way that person is. And I love people like that. That's my grandma. That's funny. She's everything. She's been smoking in an apartment in South Philly for 75 years. She's smoking a cigarette since she was 12. And like everything is just everybody pulled together, got her, my grandpa, some when their like 90th million wedding anniversary, they got them tickets to Italy to go see the home country, and they stayed home. That's the kind of family I come from. I love people like that. That's because so even though grandma is surly, she's never going to make that your problem. Yeah. That's just the way she is, and she loves you, and she's not going to show it very well. I love people like that. I think Sojiro is exactly that kind of person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always meet people like that.
Yeah. Okay. I think he's like a little bit softer than that, though.
Little bit, yeah. So is my grandmother, for sure. I'm okay. Definitely painting a picture here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I'm exaggerating for sure.
I got you. Which palace do we like less? The castle or the museum? I
like the museum better.
I mean, I'm gonna say neither, if that tells you anything.
So number 3 is the trouble spot.
Oh, well, it's not. I'm just trying to decide. I want to rank them. I want to rank them.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to give stuff away to you. I know I've emotionally I thought they were both interesting because I think I would like the museum less, but I also appreciate what centers around a museum. So I don't know. I probably like the museum a little bit less. I don't know.
Oh, I actually read that as which palace did you dislike the most? You said which palace boss.
Oh no, which palace? I thought it was palace boss. I thought it was palace.
Oh, we both read the same thing.
Yeah. I didn't see the word boss. We just both admitted the word boss. Okay, which boss? Oh, definitely Madarame.
The Madarame was the harder one. I struggled with him as well.
I was first try on Kamoshida, and it took me 5 tries on Madarame because they RNG'd Joker twice. I got bad RNG.
Oh,
bad
yeah,
RNG
that happens a
targeting
lot.
Joker. Yeah, that's probably my biggest complaint with the game so far. That's when I complain the most often when playing this game is when I get bad RNG on Joker, and I'm like, fucking what? It's just, I think it's silly that if your MC dies, you can't revive him, and you can't keep playing. That's it.
Game over.
It. Joker's downed once, and that's it. I'm like, why can't
definitely
we find a way
agree.
to maybe if I get, I don't know if there's some sort of auto revive system that comes up later, but right now,
maybe.
Really annoying.
Yeah, so far your only recourse is to just pile as much survivability gear on Joker. So Joker just always has to be decked out in the most stuff. It becomes protect the VIP.
Yeah,
and then sometimes there's just nothing you can do anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just kind of a bummer. And then and then you have to do all that with him, and then it's it's probably safe to guard with him more often, but I don't want to because he's he's the most useful because you can switch personas and you have the most opportunity with him to do stuff in this game. So it's just kind of, it's a little silly in that aspect. I get enemies doing getting 1-mores because we do.
I like that. It makes it harder. If they crit, it's devastating because they not only crit, they get another attack to follow it up.
It's pretty devastating.
That is rough. And I kind of like that because it makes the game have challenge. Normally JRPGs are just face roll.
It's just when they include that kind of thing with the fact that if they decide to RNG just the main character with a bunch of 1-mores or whatever, then that's it. You have to start over.
I agree with. That I agree with. They just focus down the one character, and there's just nothing you can do about that.
I don't know if it's a big enough trade-off because if you're fighting a new enemy, how are you gonna know? True Rage Rune. It's because you can change his weaknesses and stuff. But if you don't know the weakness or if you have a power that's going to be way more useful, even if it has a weakness, I guess that's the trade-off there too, but it's still
well, not to mention if you're playing everything for the first time, you'll have to at least have died to something first if you're going to be getting a second attempt so that you know what to equip them with, right?
Yeah, but
it's just you're facing random enemies through most of it.
Yeah, but let's say you haven't found another save point yet, and you played for a while, and the fact that it's if you play for a long time before you find another save point, and then you get bad RNG toward Joker, you're just that's not even it's.
Agree.
I've grown up in the speedrunning world. I get RNG. It's fine. It's a thing. It happens in games. It's a natural part of games, whatever. But if they're gonna do that to target your character and then there's literally just nothing else you can do to try and save that, and then I don't know.
That actually is a thing, and I definitely didn't even think about that, but it kind of made me wonder. We've been talking about this a lot in my chat. And I talk about this a lot, especially in single-player games. I'm always interested to see what the speedrun will be like. And I kind of wonder, will that be useful in a speedrun? And even though I don't really run myself, I I always find that interesting to watch that scene develop, and usually Dead Fox keeps me up to tabs on it. I didn't even think about that. If you just have straight up RNG that can murder your main character and instantly end your game and cost you tons and tons of time getting back from the last save point, yeah, that might actually kill this as a speedrun game, which is unfortunate.
It'll never kill it. People will always find a way around it. People deal with RNG all the time in games. I mean, people speedrun Pokemon
totally
games.
True.
People speedrun like all kinds of JRPGs. Like they speedrun everything. So it just
Totally
depends
true.
on. You just have to find the person who has the temperament to deal with RNG, and then it actually creates. It opens the door to figure out all kinds of really interesting, unique strategies that we as casuals would probably never think of to combat bad RNG, just in case.
Definitely true, and I'm sure already you're going to have a ton of like item optimization to lower whatever chances you have of that happening. I would imagine evasion, heavy gear is going to be really big and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But either way, it just pains me to think that there's going to be how many people out there just because and over a gameplay mechanic that doesn't even make sense for the casual crowd in our opinion, and I definitely share this opinion. They're gonna end up gonna have like a 12 or something hour run cut short 8 hours in because of a bad dice roll. That sucks.
Yep.
That sucks.
It happens.
But I whoever it is that can go through that and not just break a controller in half, congratulations, you are a monk.
Yeah.
You are one with the universe.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I don't know. I only know a couple people who could probably do that. What time will we be playing? Soon-ish.
Soon, yeah.
I will also say, Adachi, that because both of us are new to Personas, I know you really want to help and you have a lot of answers for us, but this is more of like whether we're talking about it or playing it. I'm sure neither of us are really like. Especially me. I'm much more of a stickler about it with blind games. I really don't want tips on stuff.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as well. Yeah.
I appreciate you trying to be like, yo, let me help you make this easier or explain something for you. But if just no tips, please. No tips. Unless I like specifically ask for it. Yeah. I know it makes it hard for chat. Sometimes they're like, oh, the amount that I'm holding back right now. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You watch people physically struggle to hold back the tips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost, it feels like,
Yeah.
But yeah, any other questions for anybody? Anybody have questions about our experience so far, our opinions, what we think is going to happen,
also,
whether you played the game or not?
We're both playing on normal, right? I'm playing on normal.
I think I'm on normal, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I believe we're both playing on normal. Yeah, you know. And it's good. It's been good so far. Again, like I haven't died enough to anything to be like, oh, maybe I should switch to easy. Like, because people were at the beginning of my playthrough were like, you might want to switch to easy at one point. Like it gets, more difficult. Once I hit Madarame, I'm like, wow, that's a difficulty spike that I was not expecting.
Yes. Big time.
But ever since, it's felt more manageable again. I don't think that's anything that's gonna be too bad for you to hear. It's been fine. Like it's honestly like the experience has been totally okay on normal. So I'm gonna continue that. And it's just difficult enough where I'm not gonna give up on it, but I'm not gonna get too frustrated by it.
Yeah, and honestly, I think as much as it is kind of bullshit that Joker can just get insta-nuked for no reason, it does kind of keep you on your toes and it makes you play carefully and it adds a little bit of weight to your decisions, which I like.
It does. Yeah, which again, so there's definitely like intrigue there and I can see like why they did that. It just like makes me a little frustrated sometimes because I'm like, what, you just target Joker? But I was playing so well and it's not like I messed up by something. I wouldn't say that I messed up. I don't know. It's silly.
I died right after I got kicked out of the paintings. You know when you're running around inside the paintings in the museum?
Oh, yeah.
From painting to painting. And there's the one you get kicked out of. I died in that fight, and then I had to do the whole painting section again. It's such a pain.
Did you try to fight that like flaming red dude? And that's why you got KO'd? Because the enemies that are right outside of it are normal, and then there's like one guy right near a treasure chest that's like super difficult.
I do remember. Yeah, actually, I do remember. There is a red guy in that room.
He KO'd me too, and then I came back and I just skipped him.
Yeah, no, I went back and killed him because I get personal with this shit. But it was two of those chimera guys, the big like burly lion dudes with the mane and the black face. Yeah. They those guys do like some crazy AoE that's super powerful for that part of the game that they usually double cast. For some reason, they cast it on your whole party twice, and if there's two of them, they can just cast it 4 times in a row, and that's what happened to me. They annihilated my whole party.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's happened to me too.
Yeah.
Or like they've induced I've gotten induced rage on me, and then I'm like, well, I can't do anything. About like 3 out of 4 characters, and then they start to die, and it's like I've had 3 people with healing abilities on my team.
Who's there?
And they all got rage.
No one, just another 7.
And then I had like Ryuji, and he's like, I guess I'll keep using my electricity, and then like there's nothing I can do.
You didn't have any items that dispel rage? Because Ryuji can throw one.
Yeah, but I don't have that many, and it's just gonna take up turns, and then I'm just gonna get fucked over anyway.
True. It's like sometimes just let them die. Just let them die. It's over.
Status items, because I'm just like sometimes I just feel like it's a waste. But yeah, I mean,
of that turn.
It was like it was the fact that like they got it's just like these kind of 1 mores and stuff. There was I mean, there would have been nothing I could do probably.
Pretty much,
not with enough time left over. Thank you so much, Waves. By the way, Waves of babies. For 8 months, I appreciate it, man. We'll talk more after.
Waves of babies reminds me of that one Invader Zim episode.
No, it's a Teen Girl Squad reference from Homestar Runner.
Teen Girl Squad.
Yeah, exactly.
I apparently don't remember that one.
Okay, so let's see. The other questions were from what you've each played so far. Do you think the Phantom Thieves are just? I think they do things that become personal, like because you get characters that feel personally about these instances, so they obviously agree with what you're doing. But at the same, like, I feel that while we are kind of forcing somebody, like, on how they're dictating in their own lives, we're kind of, like, forcing a change, and that's not always seen as a good thing. I think that the people that we're dealing with have, like, literally pretty almost 0% redeeming qualities about their lives, or it's just the fact that their desires are so distorted. Like, they're doing this on purpose. You know, it's, okay, there's something I can't bring up, but like, let's say somebody like we don't have the ability to fuck with people who don't have distorted desires. They don't exist in the metaverse. They don't exist. People who are not being really fucked up do not exist.
It is
in
a
space,
system.
Yeah, that we have access to. So we can't like change somebody who's being a good person just because we want them to change. Like not that we know of yet in this, but I don't see why that would change for what we're doing or like what we'll get access to in this game, because we're going after people who specifically have disordered desires. Like that's how palaces are even formed, or even with Mementos. Like it's the fact that they are doing something that is injuring other people, and we are taking that out. It's like I think it's better than like going to war and like actually murdering people, you know, like it's different. And like, yeah, it's not police stuff, but I've been raised on too many superhero things where I'm all about like, yeah, vigilantes, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, look at it. If you want to question whether or not it's just look at the implementation of law systems in literally every society. When people do things that are way out of line, there comes a point where society says that's not okay anymore. Now, in these characters' cases specifically, they're doing things that are legal or at least unknown to the law. Yeah. And they're just getting away with it.
Yeah, so
right. They're so good at hiding it. They just can't hide from us.
It's not legal or illegal. It's just unknown. It's an unknown thing. This does not exist in the universe that people know
exactly.
about.
And what we're doing, definitely not legal, but in my opinion at least, definitely just.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's I can support what they're doing. That's what I would say. I support what they're doing. If I had more of an issue with it, you probably would have heard about that. What do you think of the difficulty curve between the first and second palaces? I didn't notice a huge difficulty spike until Madarame. Personally, I avoided a few extra enemies in the museum compared to the... You know what? No, there was a whole room. When you go outside and all of the dudes are red at the castle, right outside before you start climbing stuff, I just avoided all of them. I think I maybe fought one. And then I avoided the rest of them, and then I was like, really? I don't want to do that.
They're actually not as difficult as the red aura would lead you to believe. They weren't too bad, although I did die in that room.
But just because they're flaming red does not mean that the flaming red says that they're probably a more difficult enemy, but it doesn't mean they're going to be the hardest. That's when you have to use your thief sense to see what color they are, what color their outline is. So I've had red.
They might be special.
I've had red flamey dudes that are blue or yellow.
Right.
And I'm like,
exactly. That can happen.
I'll do it.
And they were like kind of lower level for probably the time you were in there, so they're not too hard. They're just kind of like a stronger group for that level.
Yeah.
But what happened was I cleared every single one of those glowing red enemies all the way until if you go to the very back corner of that room, there's a little glowing red portal. And I was like, oh, what does this do? And it's like X to inspect. And I hit X to inspect and it pops out one final group of enemies. That's what it was the whole time. And they killed me. And I had to do the whole room again.
Me too. I had to do so much up to that point again. Actually, no, you know what? I got farther than that. and I was literally right before a save room, and you have to fight a flaming red dude.
No.
The first level 16 Angel of Justice thing, you have to fight him outside of a mini boss fight, and I was like, I'm not ready for that, and it fucked me up, and I was pretty upset because it was a long way back, and that was like at the end of my stream. I was like, I have to end stream and then come back and like redo the whole thing, and it was a bummer.
Yeah. And this is the worst. Sometimes this game does unexpectedly end up like taking a lot more time from you than you expected.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's still so fun though. It's still so fun.
One of the best games I've ever played.
What do we think of the fan site questions /bar? The whole fan site, the pun, it like kills me on the inside, but I also think it's kind of hilarious.
This has been killing me on the inside.
Yeah.
The comments are like my favorite thing during all the loading
comments
screens.
are so funny. It was
they're great.
My favorite comment is on the bar is when you're first down at like 6% believing they exist or whatever, and there's one comment that goes, it's all lowercase, GTFO with that shit, lol. No punctuation.
Yeah, exactly. Just exactly. I swear they just gleaned half of these comments out of actual Twitch chats.
It's so funny.
Like,
yeah, it's so good.
And it's like realistic as hell. The fan site, I love the puns and everything, but one thing is, and what is his name again? The kid that runs it, who's being abused by Katashima.
Oh, Mishima.
Mishima.
Poor Mishima.
I'm like, dude, you're about to get another person punching you in the face soon because you keep like telling people that we're real and you need to stop. If I was doing these things in real life, like the last thing I would be doing is making a fan site. I'd be keeping the shit on the DL. I wouldn't be texting my friends about it, so all of our evidence is neatly arranged in our phones the second those get seized by the police.
Yeah.
Like, why are all the characters so stupid?
That smart. He's not that smart about it.
Nope.
Definitely the most intelligent person you have so far is probably Yusuke or Morgana.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Yusuke. Like pure intelligence-wise, at least in his craft. Actually, yeah, Morgana or Yusuke is fair to say.
Morgana's good at directing a group a bit, and it's like good at being like, yo, you're being an idiot when somebody's being an idiot. I'm like, yeah, I agree with you, Morgana. Also, but do you know there have been several instances where I ask a question, like somebody says something, and I'm like, wait, but, and then I ask a question, and then Yusuke immediately asks the same question, and I'm like, samesies! Like, I just asked that.
The game does that all the time, where I'm just constantly, I love that sign in a game. When I'm like, yeah, hey, but wait a minute, what about, and then the game has a character ask the same exact thing, and you're like, it was an unknown. It wasn't just something they overlooked. Thank God.
Yeah, seriously.
I like to poke holes.
That makes me happy.
So, yeah.
Can you order a grande chai latte? Only if you get me one too. That sounds great.
If you finish the whole thing, you go up in guts and knowledge.
Oh, that sounds great.
Did you finish the burger challenge? Did you ever do that?
I've done the first one. Yeah.
Okay, I just finished that. It was like the first thing I did. I couldn't believe how many stat ups I got for eating the giant burger. I was so proud of myself.
I think I could probably finish the second one now, so I'm gonna go back and do that soon.
Oh, nice.
Shortest time from mini boss to mob in the game. Oh yeah. Heavenly Punisher. Yeah, that's who it was. Did you ever encounter any? No, I have not encountered the chain guy in the Mementos yet, but that scared the shit out of me when I first learned about it. I was like, I gotta hurry through Mementos.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't seen him yet either.
It's because I'm not like sitting around. Whenever I'm in Mementos and I need to take a break, I always hit the pause menu because I'm like, I don't want to just sit there and do nothing. I'm really kind of scared. Yeah.
I better remember to do that.
Yeah, you probably should. Because I like exploring. I like going from almost the top of Mementos all the way down, or like something, because you just get tons of free shit and fight enemies that aren't that hard. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a nice side quest. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, I have not done that. Neither of us have hit him yet.
The rest of what?
Oh no, we have not. We haven't encountered the chain guy yet.
No,
we haven't.
I haven't seen him yet. I kind of want him to show up just to see. I want to like save and then have him come kill me just to see what he looks like and what he does.
Yeah,
see if I have any chance.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that.
Yeah.
You have to stay in for a while for him to appear. Okay.
I'm not surprised to hear that. And you usually clear a floor pretty quickly. Like I was like racing through trying to get some of the stuff done before the show. So when you're actually like focused on getting through levels quickly in Mementos, you can clear them out really, really quickly. I don't think the Reaper's ever really going to be a problem.
If you want to, yeah.
It's pretty easy.
No problem. It's really no problem. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem that bad to me. So yeah, Mementos is cool. It's like it's a nice kind of side questy mini area to just go in and I mean it's gonna be kind of detrimental at some point. So I'm glad I kind of tackle it sometimes between palaces, sometimes just after / before. Just because
honestly,
because I've had an instance where like more than one request has come up, so I just do a couple at once, and I'm usually fine. I mean, it's so I'm kind of doing it in like that style. I'm wondering what else.
You can knock like everything in Mementos that you can do up until that point out in a day.
Yeah.
Considering it only takes one in-game day time to do it, so that's honestly a nice thing to do when you have a free day or two. And then just wait until you need more rep before more of it opens up. I just try to keep it up to date.
Yeah, for sure. Does anybody else have
zero chance?
Any questions, by the way? Yeah, that's what I assume. Is he's kind of like I know there's an enemy that's similar to the chain guy that it's making me think of. I can't place it though.
I'm just thinking of Cartman in that episode of South Park where he thinks he's dead and he brings the chains to Butters' bed. He's like,
oh, yeah.
Just thinks that's what ghosts do.
That's totally what he looks like.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's making me think of like, I don't know, maybe like Dead Space and that immortal guy that you just can't get rid of. Like once he appears, it's like, it's over.
Nemesis from Resident Evil.
Oh, okay. I don't know, I haven't played
Dead Space, but...
Game. Oh, I see why people like it.
Yeah,
I don't like horror games, so obviously I'm not gonna actually really like it, but I see why people appreciate the game.
You like it. You enjoy having the wit scared out of you.
I do not.
Oh.
I was glad that it is a horror game that gives you weapons to fight with, because that was how I survived, like, mentally. I would go into a room in there and I would just huddle up in the corner with my weapons, and I'd like, and an enemy I knew he would just like drop from the ceiling, and I'd just go just like shoot him. But like I was like super quiet. I don't scream. Yeah. I'll kind of jump sometimes, but I just go.
Guns do make people feel safe.
Yeah, well, especially against aliens.
against big nasty aliens.
I was just stressed out when I played it. I was just stressed out.
Yes. Stressful game.
I'm wondering if we have any other questions. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, this game's just, with Persona, back to Persona, this game's just really enjoyable. It's just like a nice experience, and there's so much to kind of consider and think about and do without it seeming crazily overwhelming.
Yes, definitely. And on top of that, like, what I really enjoy about it, and I keep hearing this, is multiple playthroughs and watching different people play through on Twitch versus your playthrough or versus other playthroughs. Everyone is different. Every single person that plays this game. I don't really even understand this game of all games. I don't understand the earlier streaming embargoes. The plot is very important. The plot is great.
Yeah.
And those spoilers will definitely lessen the impact of the game. But the game is still different enough that this game really, I think, benefits from selling people on this. Because if I was watching someone else play this, I would be like, I want to get in there and I want to see what I would do with my day.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to take my own crack at this.
Have you guys started seeing real life relationships like Persona social links and ways you level them up? I mean, we've gotten
No, I don't have any friends. Real life friendship like Persona social links.
Oh, are you saying that, like, do we treat our friends now like Persona confidants? No, I don't.
I get experience with Kung Fu every time we do one of these episodes. Our bond deepens slightly.
Yeah, I think we might rank up soon, actually.
Soon, I feel my bond with Kung Fu Fruit Cup will deepen soon.
Blacklight is showing a strong sense of motivation.
Oh god, what is my arcana? What's your arcana? I don't know the arcana of the tarot.
People have actually asked me. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I don't want to know. Well, people are like, oh, what do you think your arcana's gonna be? And I'm like, I don't know. And then they're like, oh, I kind of have an idea for you, but I don't want to say. And I'm like, that's probably smart. So I don't know. Maybe towards the end of the game, we can pick our arcanas. I mean, based on what I know, I'm probably the fool.
the fool arcana. Probably. And what's not supposed to be so bad, though, I think. And death isn't supposed to be so bad either in tarot cards. Death is supposed to represent, like, new beginning and shit. Tarot cards are weird.
Yeah. I'll probably have to look it up soon. Might want to look it up soon and figure it out.
I do like to fuse personas. Yeah, I do it to keep my persona inventory as clear as possible.
Yeah, you only have like 4. I always keep mine full. Yeah. I always keep mine full, and I try to see. Well, I mean, I'll fuse like after every palace, and I'll just like take whatever I want and then remember which one I don't really care about and just switch them out.
Yeah.
Whenever my stock is full, so that I always have stuff that I can switch out to and rely on. Like I have 5 or 6 that I use pretty consistently right now because they have every single type of power.
Oh yeah, you eventually do get that rare gem persona guy that confused to give you whatever.
Yeah, which I should do. I should do that. I should let go of a couple that I have. Do you still have Arsene? Did you get rid of him?
I did, yeah.
I still have
him.
Like
right away.
I'm going to 100% keep him for the rest of the game. Well, you know you can summon personas.
That's right. I always forget that. I haven't done that yet.
So somebody was like, "Oh, you have Arsene." So you like resummoned him? I'm like, "Nope, I did not fuse him when they forced me to fuse stuff." I fused
this is the original Arsene.
I got really lucky by fusing. I was able to fuse other personas that I had into something. I got the strap-on demon and then got rid of him as fast as possible. But I'm like, Arsene's gonna be my boy, and I'm gonna keep him for fucking ever, and I'm never gonna fuse him, and I'm just gonna like level him up. And he's gonna end up being like super badass by the end of the game, hopefully. I hope so.
I really love. That actually reminds me how much I love when in class they not only just generally in class when they ask you like random questions. I love that, but also when they ask you questions pertaining to the characters of the personas. So you have like a trivia question about Arsene Lupin.
Yeah, the personas that's why I like Arsene is because he has a story behind him. He's not just an enemy you encounter in the game. And when everybody else gets personas that are based on them. Like, you know, Ryuji has Captain Kid, and that is their persona for the whole game. And I know that we can get multiple, but like, Arsene is our boy. Like, he was our original. That was what we ripped out of our fucking soul, you know? So I'm like, why would I get rid of him? He's one of the coolest looking personas too. Why would I get rid of him?
Now you're making me feel bad for executing my persona.
I mean, you do you, man. You can just summon it back. But that he's mine. That is my boy. And I will it's like Ryuji. Now that he's my bro, he is my bro.
We ride together, we die together.
Yeah. Ride or die, man. Ride or die. And then so that's I don't know, that's how I feel about him, and that's why I will never fuse him. Even if he's like the only full persona I ever get.
The whole Arsene Lupin thing and the whole like Phantom Thieves gang really makes me want to watch Lupin the Third again. That's like one of my favorite shows ever.
It's a good film.
It's so good. It's so good. Ridiculous series. They had like 4 seasons of that anime. The US only got like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
I always loved it.
Oh, I just saw the movie. I've only seen the movie. I didn't actually see the show. Yeah. That's what I think.
There's a whole show. It used to be on Adult Swim all the time. It's so good. It's like those wacky capers. It's from like the 70s or something, and it's still one of the best shows ever.
It's Lupin the Third. Yeah. Right? And then the Castle of Cagliostro is the movie of it, and that's like one of Miyazaki's first movies.
Really? No, I did not. What? There's a Miyazaki Lupin film? How's no one told me that?
It's Ghibli, man.
No!
Yeah!
There's a Ghibli. All right, that's all right. I know what we're watching for our next movie night, team. I know what we're watching.
That? Yeah, that's right. That's It's co-written and directed by Miyazaki in '79.
Honestly, that would have been that is one of the biggest revelations. That is an awesome spoiler. I'm all right. I'm in.
Yeah. I'm in. Okay, Growlith had a question too. What did you say is the best RPG you've ever played? My favorite game is Paper Mario. Partially, a lot of it's for nostalgic purposes. So I mean, it's an RPG, so I have to say that's the best one I've played because it's my favorite game. But there are a lot of really good games. This is like jumping way up there.
No, seriously, for me too, big time. There's been a lot of games this year that have easily the past 12 months that have made my top 10 list easy. Like it was such a stark comparison between the previous year, which has had all these like disappointing releases. Video games are just killing it this year.
They're
Persona 5.
I'm super hyped for Splatoon 2 as well. I'm gonna be playing a lot.
That looks really good. That looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
But also, what did somebody say? Best RPG that we've played. My favorite RPG is Final Fantasy VII. If you want to talk like objectively best, Final Fantasy VII is objectively not the greatest game.
Okay.
Not the greatest game.
What
There's
would
a lot
you say
of flaws.
objectively then?
Objectively, the best JRPG I've ever played might be Persona 5. It's just so well put together in every single way. Of course, I'll reserve judgment until I'm finished. Maybe like halfway through, there's like a 6-month-long pinball mini game that you have to complete. I don't know, maybe that'll ruin it. Yeah. But for the most part, everything I've seen so far, kind of like just the whole experience overall, the way it just all blends together so seamlessly, and all of these, the polish is to a mirror shine. Yeah. Everything works together well. I'm going to say Persona 5 is one of the best games I've ever played. Probably the best JRPG.
I think the ending is really going to determine a lot for me, and I'm sure a lot for other people.
Big time.
It's kind of like, like I saw, let's say Hollow Knight. It's a really good example of something that like number one Alex was playing and really, really liked it, and then the ending was like it didn't live up to his expectations. And I get why, but I also get why the ending was what it was. I personally loved it, but that's also because I worked to get that 100% ending.
Yeah, that'll make a difference.
And that'll definitely make a difference. Like that, like when you do, it's kind of like Dark Soulsy, where like the lore is hidden in the game.
I love that.
And I'm sorry, which Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight? That's what it was.
You're gonna have so much fun if you ever play that, which I definitely suggest you do, because you like platformers. You like platformers, and you like Soulsy style games, and yeah, this game it was a really good game, and I really enjoyed it. Even when I got frustrated with fights and stuff, because it's got some challenging fights, and it's just good. Sure. It's a good game.
I love games that can make, like, single player games that can challenge me with a boss that make, like, to the point that I get a little bit salty and I still want to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. You know That's what it did. That's what it did for me. So yeah, like that, like this game, that game, Breath of the Wild, like I really enjoyed Yooka-Laylee personally. Like there've been a lot of good games this year, and that's why people are like, don't you play like older games, retro games? And I'm like, I mean, usually, but damn, there are a lot of good games this year. It's good. A lot
of good games coming out. Yeah. I played Breath of the Wild for like 2 months, it felt like. That game was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm still technically playing it when I can at night and stuff. Yeah, Q6, that's what I'm gonna do with our son, by the way. Feed him.
I definitely had to Google who Teddy Rubin was, but no, I think you got the wrong guy.
I don't know who that is either.
There are times when someone says something completely nonsensical. Yeah, there are the very occasional translation missteps, but also realize how difficult it is to translate a game, especially a game with this much text, from Japanese to English.
What's the nonsensical stuff? I don't know. I've been able to make sense of, I would say, everything everybody said. There might be stuff mostly, like the translations, like when you translate Oni-chan. You know, and it's like sis. When they say sis, I'm like, that's so unrealistic for English, for people in the US. Like, that's so uncommon. But
there's a phrase that there is no such thing. There's a saying, there's no such thing as a direct translation from Japanese and English. They're just such separate languages.
But besides that, like, I think they've done like a good job overall. Like, and they have a lot of
I think it's been great.
Kind of modern English vernacular. It's not like it sounds dated.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, they really have like a good grasp on current day English. You can tell that the translation team is paying attention. They didn't want it to sound generic. They wanted it to sound current and relevant and smooth and actually conversational. I think they pulled that off with just flying colors. But also, I think you might be talking about an issue that we had where, like, sometimes the dialogue options don't exactly always make. They don't always produce the desired result.
Yeah.
Sometimes that might be a little bit of a loose translation.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's. I mean, like Ocelot saying, an abominous world. Literally not a word. I mean, I get what
abominable
they're going
is
for.
the word. Yeah. That's not bad though. People in everyday English make up shit all the time.
Yeah, that's what Shakespeare
I do it like. Yeah, Shakespeare
created a bunch of words. Why can't we do that?
Yeah.
Also, some of the dialogue options feel off. Some of them are super spot on though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are. But also, if you ever watch a Twitch stream, I make up words like 25 times a cast.
Yes.
That's how people talk. Right? Yeah. You're like, is that a word? Probably not. And then chat has to let you know. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, no, you're dumb. But you're like, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Yeah. If that's the worst we got out of the translation, yeah. Keep in mind how big this script is that they had to translate.
Yeah,
they had to translate
so much.
Miles of text.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's great. It's really cool.
Senpai sounds weird in English dialogue. It did until a couple of months ago when everybody started saying it.
only a couple months ago. It's a little bit before that, but yeah.
Been a little bit longer, huh? Where does the time go?
Yeah, man.
I think I'm ready to get back to the game. I'm just talking about it this much.
I was like, I think it's time to play.
I think it's time to play. There comes a point where you can only talk about something so much before you're like, all right, let me at this again.
Yeah,
I need to see this.
Again, there's stuff that I also want to bring up to you, but I gotta wait. So
I know, yeah. I'm gonna try to catch up with you a little bit. It's hard because I've been splicing in a lot of other games. Plus, the puppy means I can't stream as much.
Right. Well, I'll be taking off like another day or two this week, so you'll have some time.
That is some good time to catch up. I'll try to complete this next palace with the quickness, so we can be a little bit more on the same playing field for the next episode. It does feel a little bit frustrating for us to have to withhold so much information that I know you have.
Yeah.
So
if you're still a fair amount behind, maybe I'll do like a different day of something just to give you a little more catch up.
And you know what? You know what's great about this game? My favorite part about this? All we have to do is send a Discord PM and say which date are we on.
Yeah.
With 0 spoilers, all you have to say is the date, and I know exactly how far you are in the game.
Yeah. So just know that I'm July 2nd right now in this game.
July 2nd right now, and then whatever you'll be at the end of this cast.
Mm-hmm. And we have 2 weeks anyway. 2 weeks is actually going to give us a decent amount of time.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is true. We'll be pretty far along at that point.
Yeah.
Should have evened out by then.
Yeah, I think so too.
So.
All right, man.
I think that's going to do it for us. That's going to do it for episode 7 of Sidequest Cafe.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. Hopefully we got to answer some of your questions, and we will delve more into this game next time because this is a long and meaty game, so I'm excited. So we will see you guys soon. We are both going to be playing this game in just a minute or a couple minutes or whatever, and and then we will come back in 2 weeks from now with a nice new bit of update.
Episode 8, we'll be doing more further reflection on the plot, how we feel about the game, and we'll check in with you then.
And who the waifus are.
By then I expect us to have some waifus for sure.
And remember, in my chat, if you're not following Blacklight, please do so. Please do so. There's a link for him.
And ditto for my chat and Kung Fu for a Cup, of course. If you don't know who she is by now, you're not paying attention. Pay attention.
And if you want to
give her a follow.
If you want to watch both of us play this game today, you can see kind of like how we do things a little differently. There's a multi-link for you as well.
Yeah, I've been, because you're further along, I've been a little bit shy about showing up to chat, but I am really interested to see. I know, yeah, how nice is that? I want to try to overtake you so I can watch some of your casts, because I want to see how you're playing this exactly.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have this show, so I get updates on most of it.
Yeah, which is great.
Yes, I'm trying to keep my ear to the ground for somebody who's just starting out, because I really want to watch somebody who's played stuff that I've already played. I don't know anybody else who's just starting.
I've had people come in and watch me play because they were a lot farther along and wanted something earlier. So I will also suggest
it's perfect. Sure. Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. All right. Sounds great, man. Go enjoy the rest of your game, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And
enjoy.
Let's get back to business, guys. See you later, Blacklight. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.
Later on. Bye, Foo-Foo's chat.
Okay.